Hello and welcome to Top Sim. I am William Lebowski, and today we are doing something that we have yet to ever do on the channel, which is do some actual F1 racing in the officially licensed F1 2020 game. And it is 100%. I think it started with me feeling a little bit too snooty to include it on something called Top Sim when I think a lot of people consider this game to be the penultimate Simcade style of game, as opposed to something more like iRacing or Factor 2, which people more consider to be uh, something along the lines of the top tier sim racing itself. So I think maybe there's a little bit of snobbery that kept me from racing or getting some Formula One 2020 on the channel. We have featured it in featured Formula One in a couple different ways, but never through the officially licensed game. But beyond that, I think it has a lot to do with Formula One not being as exciting as it has been in years past. It can get a little bit stale when you know what the result of the race is going to be before it even happens. And so I think that that's kept a lot of people. It put a lot of people off, rather, the past season or two. And so coming into this season, there's been some changes. There's been a little bit of excitement. And so I think the fans are looking forward to this upcoming season, but it's going to be nothing like the mix-up that 2022 is going to be. But anyway, enough about Formula One talk in and of itself. I have gotten to this point with sim racing where I'm feeling really out of place. Starting with in January, I took that break from sim racing. I went to go visit my dad, and I was gone for like 3 weeks away from sim racing, and I never totally jumped back into where I had left off, and it was a pretty frustrating endeavor, kind of in some ways, because I thought my excitement for sim racing and my passion that I had, that would just immediately jump right back into where I left off and where I thought I was in my mind's eye, but I just wasn't there. And so, getting back into it, back into the roots, so to say, Formula One is, and especially the Formula One series game, is really what got me into sim racing itself. So it's nice to be here, and this race was kind of a test of how competitive, how realistic, what are my expectations, what is the racing going to be like for where I'm at in my racing experience and racing level. And I was incredibly shocked by how I was blown away by everything from the AI performance to the car performance to the feedback. I had kind of been poo-pooing this game for such a long time in my mind, in comparison to other sims, that I really was leaving a lot on the table. And I think that the starting the season is going to be a huge gap, or not gap, a huge addition to both the channel in terms of content, in terms of my driving, and in terms of actual progression of skill, because I think I really was leaving a lot onto the table, because there's a lot more throttle control when it comes to Formula One 2020 than is to be expected, I think, at a surface level. I kind of have forgot about this game for a very long time, and just kind of decided, it's super easy mode. It's not at all a racing simulator, and so we can forget about it. But I think I had learned, even in the time leading up to this race and throughout this race, that there is some very seriously awesome racing that I'm still missing out on. So I think we're gonna, well, not I think we're going to do a season. We're going to start up a season, and that is going to launch its way through this beginning part of the Formula One season. I'm not exactly sure how many races slash videos slash video slash races per week slash how many videos in total per week the upload schedule will be like, or anything like that. But we know for sure that we're going to have some sort of Formula One series that is one continuous season leading up into the first half of the Formula One season, as well as leading up to Formula One 2021, whenever that comes out. And beyond that, we're going to have a concurrent, probably a 24-hour race in 24 minutes. I think that's kind of the other thing that I really enjoy doing is those endurance races, especially those day to night changes. I think are so fun, and I think that's the other side of sim racing is this Formula One provides some seriously intense, close battle and some at the most highest level, at the fastest level of sim racing. And so I think going the other direction and getting in some racing that is more like a slower but at the same time still very fun and technical, like GT3 and stock cars in a 24-hour scenario. And so I think that's a lot of fun. That's what's going to happen looking forward, and I can even feel the rust on myself, especially in the commentary wise, making this video. So I apologize for how awful this video must be. I made this video earlier, and it was while I was driving the car at the same time, and it just was completely missing the mark. I think, well, this one maybe was a little bit boring. That one was just all over the place, even more so than this one. But I don't want to just continue to drone on for too long, but this was a great race that I had, and a great battle with Charles Leclerc, the fictional version of him. I think we'll just go to whatever we get around him, because that is where we finish for the end of the race. But there we go. We accidentally make contact with him, and we get around him, and we are able to hold this position for the rest of the race. So there we go. There's no more wondering questions about what's going to happen at the end of the race. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Thanks for sticking through me through this this break in uploads, this long pause in uploads, and it's not anything really intentional. I would try to make a video over and over and over and over and over again, but I would just get like 2 laps in and crash the car, or get like 3 laps in and either have to focus on talking or driving, or there was just some sort of thing where every video I was making was ending in failure, and I just couldn't get a video out no matter what. And so partially this moving forward into having a season to go through will get me used to making videos again, and get me used to into the swing of getting that going and be actually entertaining when it is comes to speaking to a group of people. But beyond that, that's what I got. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.